Hey everyone, this is the video update for biology for Wednesday, May 20th. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Let's see, the first thing I forgot yesterday to include in the update the answer to the previous day's question, which, I mean, I guess it makes more sense to include it today anyway, since today is the day with a question in the Monday, Wednesday, Friday scheme. So, Monday's question was about the article that everybody read, hopefully. And particularly the part about the microbes that live in this desert area near the ocean, and they don't really get any water from anywhere except fog from the ocean, and yet they subsist, and they make this interesting crust on the landscape, and so forth and so on, and there's a lot of stuff, but I was asking, what do they do for the ecosystem around them? Especially what do they do that few other things can do. So it's not just how they look or where they are, it's what do they do. And there are a couple different answers people could say. The one really big one that it mentions that these microbes do that nothing else does is that they slowly break down and wear away the gravel and rock and stuff into new soil by breaking it into small particles, by cracking it, and also by the fact that their dead bodies combine with this, the tiny, tiny particles of silicon and rock and stuff, and that creates soil, which is very different than just rock or dirt. Soil is, kind of quote-unquote living material. It's not like alive itself, but, it's made of a number of things, including live bacteria, dead remains of animals, tiny particles of sand and dust and silicon. So they make soil. You could also say stuff like they bring carbon down out of the atmosphere and release oxygen, of course. Some of them do that, although the releasing oxygen part is not anywhere near as big as other things that do that. And what was the other one that people found? Oh, preventing erosion. That was a good one. But yeah, those three things. If you said something else like they form a crust, well, that's cool, but what does that do for the ecosystem? So if you've watched the video notes, you'll know that this is what we would call the niche of these microorganisms, is that they make the soil and hold back erosion and, kind of live off this little bit of water and so forth. Cool. Okay, that's that. There's nothing new for today on Wednesday. I am splitting my work time between grading the Flipgrids, which I'm getting closer to, and a 0 will have appeared if you did not turn it in. Some of you have an NA because I haven't graded it yet, but I wanted to put in the zeros quickly so that, people would be like, oh, right, that thing. So please do that. I don't know if I will, but I might be saying that I'm not going to be able to grade any more missing assignments from people until they turn in that one because, that it's kind of weird that people didn't turn in that one, a couple of them. But we'll see. I don't know. If I have that, I'll just message someone who turns in an assignment with, hey, where's your other thing? Let's talk about that before we talk about this assignment you turned in. Because, yeah, the Flipgrid example doesn't have to take a long time. I know some people did it complicated-wise, but you don't have to do it as complex as them. So, I'm splitting my time between grading those things and, what's the word? I guess planning the two remaining activities. The intention was that I would release the cooperative activity, I guess you would call it, on Thursday, and then the notes on, well, my original thought was Monday, and then I forgot Monday was a quote-unquote day off. But it might just make more sense to kind of put them out there as soon as I'm done with them so that, people can choose when they want to work on them. The only thing is that the Evolution of Trust game is supposed to be done before the notes, just so that part of the notes will be me saying, hey, here's something to say about that. And, it just doesn't make sense to say that first before you do the actual game. So, shrug. But yeah, that's it. It's those two things, and then and then I'll put up something that says, hey, here's the time that we're going to be meeting on each of those 3 days next week. That hopefully you guys saw the email that there's like a 2-hour class meeting for each class spread out over those 3 days. So we'll see. Yeah, trying to. It's always like, oh man, do I grade this first or do I plan this first? Which am I feeling more like right now? Same kind of thing everyone's dealing with the quarantine, making it kind of difficult to refresh the brain before taking on the next task. All right, hopefully all of you are well, and I will see you around at the last meeting we have at least. But yeah, good luck. Oh, and don't forget to answer today's question before the end of the week.